Welcome to the Get Real podcast. I'm Austin, your host. Today is going to be kind of a shorter video, but it's something I think that needs to be talked about regardless. It is about Demar Derozan and how I think he will be the leading assist man for the San Antonio Spurs. He's already been showing it for these past few games. Just the other night, he dropped 13 assists against the Lakers, and before that, he's been averaging 8 assists per game. He was already given about 5 assists for the Toronto Raptors in his last year. He is very good at kicking the ball out once he drives and slashes into the paint. And he has been a really good fit so far with Marcus Aldridge. That high pick and roll they do has been absolutely deadly. Like, as I said, against LA, who, granted, is a poor defensive team. LA had 37 points. DeMar has had over 30. They've been killing it as a duo. And it doesn't hurt that the Spurs have had very, very bad luck in the point guard department because of injuries. They lost DeJounte Murray to an ACL tear, which will for sure keep him out for the whole year. And then now they have Derek White out for about 6 to 8 weeks. And then Lonnie Walker, they're still in the draft, out for another 6 to 8 weeks. So DeMar has been that guy to pick it up and be the passing man for him. I don't think many of us saw him do that. I mean, we knew that the Spurs could use that passing ability to their advantage, but everybody's concerned about, well, can they make DeMar be at least average at defense? Can they make him a better shooter? I don't know so much about the defensive part. I can see that he's trying a bit harder, but shooting-wise, it's slowly but surely working. Last year it was 30% from 3, now it's 33%, so he's getting closer to that league average, and he's picking his shots better. And he's hitting those corner threes. They're trying to figure out where to put him to be more effective. And right now, it's working. He's been phenomenal for him, averaging over 28 points per game and over 8 assists per game, and he rebounds pretty well. So he's doing a hell of a lot more than most of us anticipated. And I think what's really important for him going forward is continuing to build that relationship with LaMarcus Aldridge. Because that pick and roll is going to be deadly. Despite them both being premier mid-range threats, when you have LA dive to the basket, and then you also have to keep in mind, okay, who's going to be switching on them? Because you put a guard on DeMar, he's 6'7", he's strong, he's quick. That guy's like a serpent. He slithers his way to the paint and just gets any buckets he wants. He's a smooth scorer, whereas Kawhi was more of he was not robotic, but he was just efficient in his own way. But watching DeMar go to work, it's really impressive. And he's never had a big to really work with that. Ibaka was supposed to be that guy, but as I said before, he's just kind of fell off the face of the earth and has not been the same Ibaka from OKC. So this relationship has been very important. Another thing to note is that his attitude since being on the Spurs, he hasn't been sulking, he hasn't been quiet. You can already see that camaraderie really developing between him and Rudy Gay. Granted, him and Rudy Gay used to play together in Toronto anyway, but also Patrick Mills, LaMarcus Aldridge, some guys off the bench. He's really embraced his role, embraced the situation that he's in despite being traded for. He didn't sign here, he got traded. So he's really taken a shine to the situation, and right now it's working beautifully from both sides. I really hope he continues to work on that three-point shot. If he got it to 37%, that would be big. And just if you got closer to an league average defender, that would go a long way. Just wait till Murray comes back the following year. Hopefully the Spurs can address some problems depth-wise with whatever free salary cap space they have. And before Murray went down, I mean, I had this team as a 5th seed because Murray is a proven defender, which they need right now because they're getting killed defensively. Once you have that guy back, Murray being a 6'4", 6'5" point guard with a 6'10" wingspan, if he ever develops his shot, that's a deadly combination. That is a deadly team. And hey, if they follow, maybe the Spurs will listen to my rants and listen to my trade scenarios and go after the guys I mentioned in the previous video, trading for Damari Carroll and Davis. That would be a really, really good roster. But tell me what you guys think. Do you think the Spurs got the best they could trade for from that Kawhi situation? How do you think it's working out? Do you think they're using DeMar the way he should be playing? And do you think he can keep this up? Do you think he will continue bettering himself despite already being 29 years old? Statistically, a guy tops out at 28, 29. That's as good as he gets. But as you know, San Antonio gets the best out of anybody despite their age. I mean, look at DeMarcus pushing 33 years old. He's still one of the better power forwards in the game. As always, thank you for watching. This is the Get Real Podcast.